Hi, I'm Enigma, and today we're looking into the Humber Armoured Car, a British armoured car designed during World War II for reconnaissance roles. The Humber Armoured Car is an armoured car built for a reconnaissance role, designed and produced in the United Kingdom in 1940, ceasing production at the war's end. It supplemented the Humber Light reconnaissance car and was one of the most produced armoured cars during World War II. As it was based on the Guy armoured car, it was nearly identical in its early versions, even down to its flaws, which were mainly armour related. These were eventually ironed out over the Humber's 4 major versions. Speaking of armour, the tank featured up to 15mm of armour, only able to stop the wimpiest of threats, including small arms fire and light shrapnel. Over the Humber's versions, it featured many different armaments. Early on, it was fitted with a 15mm Czechoslovak Baser machine gun, a heavy machine gun designed for vehicle-mounted use and broadly comparable to the American M2 Browning. Later, it was fitted with either an M5 or an M6 37mm high-velocity tank cannon, the same one fitted on the Stuart light tank, in place of the Baser. This greatly improved its offensive performance. To provide AA support to armoured car units, there was an AA configuration devised which could fit 4 7.92 bases, or a later model which fitted twin 15mm bases. However, the whole Allied air superiority thing kinda put a damper on that project's development. Being an armoured car for reconnaissance meant that it had to be mobile, fast and agile, even though those are just synonyms for each other. It had a wheeled 4x4 suspension system with rigid axles mounted on a leaf spring suspension with hydraulic dampeners to absorb shocks. It had rear-wheel drive and selectable all-wheel drive. Its engine was the Roots inline 6-cylinder with a displacement of 4.1 litres, producing a rated brake horsepower of 87 at 3,600 RPM. All of this meant that on-road it could travel up to 72 kilometers an hour. This suited it quite well, as it was very successful in its reconnaissance role. Did you know that only 3.6% of people who watch my content are actually subscribed? So statistically, that includes you. So go down and click that button for more content. Or else. Okay, thanks, bye. The Humber was used from late 1941, featuring in the North African campaign, and then later in the European theatre in a reconnaissance role, with other minor uses across the global fronts. 5,400 were built, proving that the armoured car was an instant success. They were used by more than 15 nations, and it saw post-war success in security and reconnaissance roles. The relative success of this vehicle is difficult to assess, as armoured cars occupied an unusual niche at the time, essentially sharing the same role as a light tank. The armament on the Humber was rather limiting as well. There were plans to replace the Humber with a more armed and armoured car called the Coventry. It was equipped with up to a 75mm gun, the same one used on the Chaffee, I think, don't quote me on that one. However, the Coventry didn't enter service in time for the war. Also, the armour situation on armoured cars were rather limiting, as it could only resist small arms fire, making its armour essentially worthless, and getting even worse with the advent of man-portable anti-armour weapons. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and leave a comment for suggestions of what I should cover next. Oh, and join the Discord. I also do the occasional poll on what I should cover based on suggestions I've received, and a little list I have. See ya!